What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and karma looks like it might be real. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Wait till you see what I've got coming out for you guys, and all of this is centered around Joe Manchin, stimulus, reconciliation, side deals, and we are potentially looking at a government shutdown we're hearing across the board. There is a revolt underway. Wait till you see the headlines that are just coming out, you guys. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. This is your breaking news stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, take a look at the headlines coming out, you guys. We're going to be diving into this. Articles and video footage. Manchin's energy permitting bill stirs House Democratic backlash. Democrats in the House not happy with Joe Manchin. More than 70 House Democrats join a push against Manchin's permitting reform. All of them unifying against Joe Manchin. Bernie Sanders says that he'll vote against keeping the government open if Manchin's disastrous side deal on energy is included. As you will recall, Joe Manchin got on board to pass through the reconciliation bill known as the Inflation Reduction Act, formerly known as the Stimulus Reconciliation Bill that was called the Build Back Better bill. Well, everything got stripped out of it. He finally got on board to pass it, but it wasn't just out of the goodness of his heart. If you thought that, it turns out that there were some side deals done for some permitting that Joe Manchin wanted to see get done. And he requested with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer that it be tied to the new budget bill that was going to go through, so that way it must pass. Democrats are saying they're not going to pass it, and they're saying they're willing to shut down the government if they try to pass through Joe Manchin's bill, as he has not played nice this entire time, and they said, we don't owe you anything. We will shut it down, but we're not passing your bill. Now take a look, you guys. Sanders leads progressive revolt. Bernie Sanders leading the charge over Manchin's backed side deal for government funding bill. Energy and environment, Sanders opposes Manchin's permitting push, you guys. So looks like he is facing opposition, and Bernie Sanders is saying, I will be the face of this. We cannot have this go through. I've got some video footage from Bernie Sanders calling out Joe Manchin. You are not going to want to miss. And take a look at this, you guys. Nobody is happy with Joe Manchin right now. Manchin's approval is in a free fall after the Inflation Reduction Act vote went through. That is right, man. So like I said, karma, let me know if you think it's real. Take a look at this. West Virginia voters, they are not happy with Senator Joe Manchin after he decided to vote for President Joe Biden's Inflation Reduction Act. Just as recently as May of 2022, 57% of West Virginians approved of the job that Joe Manchin was doing as a senator. Now, according to a new poll, it says the numbers have plummeted down to 26%. So, man, America, Congress, they are not happy with Joe Manchin. Now, you guys, I've got video footage and articles to dive into to get caught up on the latest. Now, before we do, wanted to mention very quickly the relief roadmap. I'm going to be working with technical support to make sure that we correctly switch over the URL so everyone can have full access to the relief roadmap. The comprehensive list of every single stimulus check in the nation on every single level. I have more than 100 listed that most people don't even know about. They're missing out on money that's only available for a limited amount of time. I'm trying to put it all into one easy to access place so you don't have to spend hours and hours searching, trying to hunt down this information. It can be ridiculous. All in one place, you guys. Gonna have that go live here probably in the next 24 to 48 hours. I just need some technical support to make sure I can do it correctly, but we're going to have that for you. And I know there's a lot of people saying that they're having some technical issues with the login after they've gotten the relief roadmap. You guys, don't worry. I'm going to make sure that everybody is taken care of. Bear with me as we go through technical support. As I mentioned, I'm not a tech guy. But I'm going to get somebody who is to help me out with this, you guys. So keep an eye out for that, and I will email blast everybody and let them know. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive into this video footage and these articles to get you caught up on karma, a revolt, a potential government shutdown we're hearing with all of the legislation going through the Democratic Party. This is just the Democrats fighting amongst themselves, you guys. Republicans are not even involved in all of this even yet, you guys. So I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. Now, before we do me a quick favor. If you appreciate the updates, don't forget, smash the like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not come join the Ram fam? All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. I'll let you know any news rolling out. I cite the sources, put them on the screen, read right from them so you know it's the latest. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. Best way by far to get a hold of me, and more content coming on the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to help you learn about growing wealth, personal finance, now that the Relief Roadmap website is up and we're going to be having everyone get full access, I'm going to be able to focus on providing you with more valuable content, you guys. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in and get you caught up on the latest.
I don't have to tell anybody that the world is on fire.
As temperatures soar 20 degrees above average, more than 100 daily records will be set after one of the worst heat waves in Western history.
Climate change right now is causing devastating harm all over the world.
In Pakistan, the government says floods across the country have now killed more than 1,300 people.
In the western part of our country, we're looking at a major water shortage and drought.
California faces an all-time high for electricity demand.
Pakistan, flooding.
A third of Pakistan is engulfed by historical flooding. Hundreds of towns and villages in the province of Sindh still remain underwater.
And on it goes.
A warming atmosphere is creating serious problems in the Arctic Circle and on the continent of Antarctica.
And in the midst of all of this, what do you think the United States Congress is now talking about? We're talking about a side agreement made with Senator Manchin, which would increase fossil fuel production, including a major pipeline to West Virginia and Virginia, which will have emissions the equivalent of 27 million cars.
Tonight, the deadly double threat scorching California, a still out-of-control wildfire in the northern end of the state, and an unrelenting heat wave.
A key ice shelf that sits in front of the Thwaites Glacier could break up much sooner than expected, within 5 years.
The fuse has been blown and the doomsday glacier is coming for us all.
How insane is that? So my view is that legislation, if they want to bring it up, let's vote on it. Don't put it into a must-pass bill like the continuing resolution. That is outrageous.
In the small town of Weed, 2 were killed as this explosive blaze, fueled in part by hot weather, tore across roughly 100 homes.
Village after village underwater, only the tops of trees and buildings visible. People who are still here are completely surrounded, living as castaways in their own homes.
Waterborne diseases are now spreading. Survivors are also facing a lack of resources and food.
So let's go forward together. Let's work with the environmental groups. Let's work with community organizations. And let's tell the world that the future of this planet is more important than the short-term profits of the fossil fuel industry.
No air conditioning?
I don't have one. Too much money.
Too much money.
So there you have it, you guys. Senator Bernie Sanders calling out Joe Manchin and saying that his side deals, they cannot go through, that if they want to vote on these, they need to do it on their own through the regular legislative process, but do not tie it to the budget bill, which could cause a shutdown. Now, let me know your thoughts, you guys, but take a look at this article, link in the description below. Sanders, Manchin's deal is a fossil giveaway. Senator Bernie Sanders on Thursday blasted the side deal that Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Joe Manchin struck earlier this summer to pass a controversial proposal to make it easier to develop fossil fuel-based energy projects. Schumer told reporters Wednesday that he plans to attach Manchin's permitting reform to the stopgap spending bill that needs to pass by September 30th to prevent a government shutdown. So that side deal was Joe Manchin said he wanted to get those permitting deals done, but he wanted to attach it to the budget bills, so that way it has to go through or there will be a shutdown. And they're saying, well, then shut it down. But we're not passing Joe Manchin's bill. Sanders slammed the agreement as a huge giveaway to fossil fuel industries and angrily warned that would undermine President Biden's pledge to reduce carbon emissions by 50% by the year 2030. I rise this morning to express my strong opposition to the so-called side deal that the fossil fuel industry is pushing to make it easier for them to pollute the environment and destroy our planet, Sanders said. He said the legislation crafted by Manchin would make it easier for the fossil fuel industry to receive permits and complete what he called some of the dirtiest and most polluting oil and gas projects in America, you guys. Now, the White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, expressed the White House's support for the permitting reform agreement. We support the permitting reform bill, which will help us realize the benefits of the historic investments in the Inflation Reduction Act and the bipartisan infrastructure law as well. We want to see it enacted, she told them during a press briefing. So you guys, the White House supporting it, but it could also just be because they have made these side deals with Joe Manchin and they have just got to push stuff through however they can. Now, Take a look at this, you guys. This one coming out from ABC News. Democratic congressional leaders, they are facing a progressive revolt that could potentially risk a government shutdown in the wake of the closed-door deals between Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia that won the latter's crucial support for the Inflation Reduction Act. They are saying shut it down after reportedly slamming the disastrous side deal that would streamline the permitting process for energy projects across the United States, which Schumer agreed to include with a must-pass spending bill to fund the federal government. Senator Bernie Sanders promptly announced Thursday that he intends to oppose the funding resolution as a result. So you guys, they're saying this is not going to go through, and Bernie Sanders leading the charge to stop it. Now, we will see, and we will see who budges. If anybody moves, if there's going to be any sort of agreement, or are we going to have a complete government shutdown coming, you guys? We will see, because the fiscal year is coming to an end, and we've got midterm elections right around the corner. And man, if they don't get stuff done, if they have a government shutdown, that's going to be not good for the Democrats, which are trying to stay in control. So they are highly motivated to get things done, you guys. But we will see. And also, we're hearing that Republicans, they're also making promises of provisions. And historically, what we've seen is that when the president's approval is this low and his party's in control, usually we see things swing to the other side. So historically, right now, it should be a position where Republicans are going to win. But we will see, you guys, because Democrats, they've got the strategy of passing more provisions right before midterm elections. And we will see if there's going to be a blue wall or a red wave. And we're also hearing Republicans, they're not doing a very great job of capitalizing on this opportunity. So it's anybody's race right now, you guys. We will see, and whoever wins, we will see if they keep their promises of what is to come. And I will keep you up to date every step of the way, you guys. But that is the latest coming out right now about a revolt, a potential shutdown of the government, all tied to legislation, reconciliation, and the Democrats not being able to figure out what they want to do here, you guys. We will see. I will keep you up to date every step of the way, you guys. But that is the latest, and as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget to take a quick second, smash the like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not come join the Ram fam? All you got to do is very quickly hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. Consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. And as I mentioned, 24 to 48 hours relief roadmap. You're going to be able to access over 100 different stimulus check programs across the nation. Let me just work with technical support to make sure that everybody can get logged in and be able to access those accounts, you guys, and switch over that URL properly. So you just go to www.reliefroadmap.com and you can access everything. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.